Welcome back. We start off with this AC-44 C6M hauling some bricks. Okay, maybe they're not actual bricks that you use to build a house. Brick is the nickname of NS D&H, the track geometry locomotive, or I should say, former locomotive. This train has lasers underneath, and the lasers detect any defects that the rails may have that are invisible to the human eye. But before becoming the brick, NS D&H was an actual locomotive. It was Norfolk and Western SD40 number 1620. The 1620 would later become a slug unit, and then the slug unit later became what we know now as number 38. The 38 cannot move on its own anymore, so a regular locomotive like this AC-44 C6M is needed to move the train. Behind 38 is research car number 36. Number 36 started out as a passenger coach for the Santa Fe Railway. It was later sold to many different owners until finally ending up in Norfolk Southern's hand, where it was converted for a research car. 36 also has lasers underneath it too. However, its main function is for the railroad's operating and geo department crew members to sit inside as the train rolls down the line. This wasn't my first experience with NS D&H and 36. Back in 2020 in August, 33 and 36 came up the D&H. That time it was in the summer morning light. 30 and 36 also have sister duos, number 34 and 33. 34 is a former N&W SD35 that has also been converted to a research loco, and number 33 has recently been retired and replaced by NS99. So I'm glad that I caught number 33 in its last days of service. To see those two, go to this video. This is the video that they are included in. It's an alright video. Not my best work, but it's alright. Next up was 16R, however, with SD60, 6971, AC44, C6M 4074, and NSES 44 8115. Unlike our track geometry train, nothing special or rare about this train. 16R is a combination of two different trains, one coming from the Midwest and one coming from Tennessee. The two trains are put together. 16R in the books is Binghamton, New York to Mechanicsville, New York. However, in reality, its last stop is Air, Massachusetts. The reason it says Mechanicsville in the book is that's where the NS tracks end and the Pan Am/CSX tracks start. The train starts on the Norfolk Southern and ends on the Pan Am. 16 tonight has about everything you would expect. Tankers, hoppers, center beam flat cars for building material, more tankers, boxcars, gondolas loaded with scrap, empty waste, telephone poles, more tankers and hoppers, scrap hoppers, more boxcars, more gondolas loaded with scrap iron, and a lot more hoppers. Kansas City Southern Boxcar making a rare appearance up here. A Reading and Northern gondola, yeah, making another rare appearance up here. However, the train's most significant loads, or I should say empties, are empty trash containers. These empty trash containers are former MSC, Mayors, and other shipping container companies. The lids have been cut off, and now they're used to travel to and from, back and forth, with trash. I'm not exactly sure what they do with trash. The only thing the train's missing tonight is its auto racks, as this train had none tonight. You know, you can find some interesting things in the southern tier of New York. How about this old bridge? This old bridge is in Windsor, New York. While it's no longer active, this bridge used to be home to the D&H Penn Division, and amazingly, after so many years of no trains, the bridge still says Delaware and Hudson across the bridge, making it one of the more exclusive relics of the era. I was excited to find out that this bridge still has its D&H lettering. These photos were taken by my mother as she drives for a living. The D&H Penn Division ran from Harpersville, New York to Scranton, PA, and was later replaced by the Erie's line to Scranton, PA. Back in Bainbridge, there were some nice trucks and some nice trains, like this 30T with SD70 ACE 1160 leading AC44 C6M 4434. The train was pulling hard despite the cold and the windiness of New York State, as snow was flurrying all around. And that custom paint job on that truck, I don't know who owns it, but that's pretty cool. I bet you a lot of you GMC and Chevy buffs must be going all over it, or truck buffs in general. We all have those whoops moments. Well, here's one. Yes, I'm afraid the camera was messed up with the southbound level drill straight in the 918. Operator error. The fool that being me who was running the camera didn't make sure it was set. We have those whoops moments, and we have those oh crud moments. I barely caught this 11R on my way to school. No, I wasn't late to class. In fact, I made it by the bell. But I was able to sneak in this train, and that's all that matters. You know, besides being there on time. This 11R has the same power that 16R had coming north. And 11R is the opposite way around of the 16R. Now it's AR Massachusetts to Binghamton, New York, where the trains will be split up in Binghamton. Some of it will go out west, and some of it will go back down to Tennessee. And unlike the 16R, the trash containers are loaded and they smell. And also, unlike our 16R, this train would have auto racks at the back. All the racks were empty. And I believe they were going out west for more load. Sometimes the rail trains can be exhausting. That's when we need to settle down, but we still want to get out and do something with railroads. Well, the simple answer is model railroading. It was the Binghamton train show that weekend. And they had all sorts of stuff, like this UP unit. And I walked away with a few good ones here. Including this Bowser Executive Line Alco C430 NYSW number 3000. This thing is riveted with details and details. From air hoses to the right trucks to separate applied handrails, air horn, grills, you name it. This is a standard DC engine. Interesting This unit has the name John Treen underneath the lettering. The real 3000, I did some Google search, does not have John Treen under the numbers and letters, so I'm not sure why the model does. I also picked up some rolling stock, those 2 D&H cars. This Canadian National boxcar, and another locomotive. This is an Intermountain ES44 AC from 2012. Of course I got the NS paint. And like the NYSW 3000 from Bowser, this Intermountain unit had a lot of details, lighting, and so much more. The only downside to mine is that the speaker was not working, but oh well, I usually trail it behind locomotives, so it's not a big deal. However, I cannot leave my 1:1 scale trains out for very long, as 30T came later that night. With AC44 C6M 4555, or as I like to call it, 5s, Dash 9 9611, and SD70 AC 1210, they were making pretty good time to get to Binghamton, New York, out of Canada. Our final train of the video is, well, I'm kind of cheating here. This train came on Monday, so it should be in the next video, but at the time, I thought I might as well include it. This is 16R coming up north with the same ES44AC and AC44C6M that had been on the 11R and 16R prior in the video. This time 6971 is not here and the 6964 has taken its place. Again, I don't know why they switch around SD60s so often as they do. Of note is the trash containers up front. This 16R was extremely short tonight. Usually the trash containers are more towards the middle or end of the train. Thanks for watching. I'll see you around the bend. And we'll see you in the next video. God bless. Have a great day.